This is group quiz number 12, and it is a pendulum question. The question, the picture is the images on the worksheet, and it indicates that there are 3 points we're talking about. It is A, B, and C. The mass of the bob is 0.33 kilogram. And it is also given at point B, the velocity is 2.4 meters per second. There are a few things it is missing on this worksheet. You have to add on your worksheet. The first thing, between A and B, the height is 0.21 meters. And the other thing is the length of the string is 0.84 meters. Please add on that. Now we are ready to solve the question. The first question asks you, what is the change in the system gravitational potential energy when the bob reaches point A? So on this case, the system will convert the potential energy because of the height, and potential energy is mass times gravity times height, and that would be 0.33 times 9.8 times 0.21, and that is equal, for the potential energy is 0.782 joules. This is the first part of the question. The second part of the question is asking you, what is the speed of the bob at point A? The pendulum is swinging, but A is not the highest point. So at point A, there is a potential energy, but also kinetic energy. So your total energy here is potential energy and kinetic energy. The energy conserved, but it is going to be converted to all kinetic energy at point B. So total energy at point B is going to be only kinetic energy of that moment. So can we find the kinetic energy of that moment, because that will help me to find the total energy of the system. So kinetic energy is equal 1/2 mass times velocity squared. When you plug that in, 1/2, 0.33, and then velocity is 2.4, and then you take the square of it, and you would get the velocity is, the kinetic energy is going to be 0.95 joules. Now you know the total energy, because this is the total energy of the system. This is going to stay same. Now for point A, we have kinetic energy plus potential energy. That's going to be equal to total energy. So we know that total energy is 0.95, and from part A, we know the potential energy at point A, so I'm going to plug in that so I can find out what is the kinetic energy of the system, and kinetic energy will come out 0.271 joules. If you know the kinetic energy, it is easy to find out the velocity, because we know the mass of the bob, which is 0.33, and then if you solve it, you will get velocity 1.2 meters per second. Now, the last part is C. For C, we're going to use trig functions a little bit. So remember, we said the length is 0.84, and it is moving up 0.21 meters. So this is 0.21 meters. If you look at this triangle, the hypotenuse is 0.21 meters, and this side is going to be 0.84 minus 0.21. So can you see that triangle? This part is going to be 0.84 minus 0.21, and that will give you 63 meters. So I'm going to draw this triangle one more time to make it more clear. You have the length of, the length here is 0.84. So the length is 0.84, and then this is 0.63, and you're looking for the angle. So cosine of that angle must be 0.63 divided by 0.84, right? So if you find the inverse cosine, that will give you the angle. Cosine inverse of that is going to be 0.63 divided by 0.84 is 0.75. And then if you find out cosine, inverse cosine of that, it's going to be, the angle will be 41 degrees.